Hello Virgo, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead. How are you, my friend? Thank you so much for clicking here. Look, if you're brand new Virgo and you're just rolling up in here, I hope that you will stay, first of all. Second of all, welcome. And there is a subscription button down in the bottom right-hand corner. So if you'd like to join this beautiful Virgo tribe that is growing by leaps and bounds, thank you so much for doing that. So we do have a couple of oracle decks here that we're going to use today. We're going to throw some tarot at it, find out what's coming up for you, Virgo. Now listen, at the end of next week, there is going to be a full moon. Depending on where you live in the world, it'll be on the 15th or the 16th of November. It is a full moon in Taurus, and that is going to affect you because it is going to ultimately affect the mutable signs, and that's you, right? Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So you might have a Taurus placement, maybe you don't, but it's still going to be an energy that is going to be prevalent for you anyway. So when the moon this time is going to be exalted in Taurus, and my friend Jimmy over at the Tarot Ship has taught me that when what that means, exaltation in a sign, it means that everything is going to be amplified in that position, or it's going to be much stronger than usual. So exaltation is when a planet is in a place of awareness and it really likes it there. So the full moon in Taurus is not only about releasing things, but releasing things in order to promote emotional stability, because the moon is emotion, stability is Taurus, right? And so although I think you're used to all of that energy, it also is going to be about nurturing sense and being maybe more sensitive in the intuition, maybe feeling more harmonious and maybe enhanced imagination. So let's find out what's going on next week for you. Tell me about Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got observe, the beginning of the week. We have prepare, very interesting. And then we have record. Be prepared to record something. I feel like we've got sort of a flip book here, right? And we've got a plume pen, so it almost feels like somebody maybe might be journaling or recording something that way. Bottom of the deck we have surrender. Let's find out what else we have here for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Virgo, please. My Earth cousins, Virgo. Tell me about Virgo. What is observe? What will you be observing at the beginning of your week? Okay, well, both of these came out, so we'll take them both. I don't like ever to give back the blessings that fall out of the deck. So we have ask your angels. It says seek the divine. Your angels want to support you. And then it says strength, determination, perseverance, and self-discovery. I feel like this is what you will be observing beginning the week. That somebody here is probably going to be praying more. Maybe you're going to be meditating more. But it feels like you are observing how far you've come, I want to say, through the support of your angels and guides. I feel like you're observing at the beginning of the week, Virgo, how far you've come. It almost feels a little bit nostalgic. We've got strength here. So it feels like you're observing your strength. I'm pretty strong. I got through a lot of stuff, right? That's what it feels like your observation is at the beginning of the week. Tell me about prepare. What are you preparing for in the middle of the week? What are you preparing for, Virgo? Okay. We've got energy activation. Connect the divine through meditation or prayer. So it feels like you are being prepared for something. I want to say energy activation means that you're being activated by the energy you give to the universe, and the universe is giving it back to you. So it does feel like while you're connecting through meditation and prayer, that you're being prepared for something. Tell me about record. We're going to throw some tarot at it. We'll find out what else is going on here. We've got self-limiting beliefs. Look, I think you're supposed to write some things down. And I feel it's almost like nostalgic for you. It feels for you, it's a little bit nostalgic in that I feel like you're in a place that is comfortable and stable and sturdy in the week ahead. And I feel like you're supposed to record that. Look, journaling saved my life. I hope that you will do it or that you do. And maybe you'll let me know in the comments if you do, Virgo. But recording things really does it does a few things, right? It gives our posterity an idea of the mindset we were in at certain times of our lives. Posterity, I mean our children, our children's children, and so on. So I feel like you'll be writing down some of your self-limiting beliefs. It says negative thoughts are creating a roadblock in your life, but I feel like you're going to be observing through how strong you've been, and this energy activation, I feel like you're going to be strong enough to write it down, so you can sort of at times when maybe life isn't going that great for you, that you can go back and look at, oh yeah, that's how I conquered that thing. That's how I conquered that self-limiting belief. I feel like your week is going to be about surrender, giving it back to the universe and saying, thank you, but I don't need this. That's what full moons are about, right? We do have the bottom of the deck. It says putting in the work. That's exactly what's going on here. It says action that helps achieve goals, building the path to success. I feel like that's what all of this is about, that you are on some sort of a path of success in the week ahead here, Virgo. Tell me more about Virgo, please. Tell me more about Virgo. Tell me more about what Virgo is going to observe. We've got the Lovers. I think what you're observing is all the choices that you've made, whether they are romantically related or not, because the Lovers is a choice, right? And I feel like you're going to be observing your choices and looking at how far you've come from a place back there. We have the Six of Cups under energy activation. I feel like, yeah, it all feels very dreamy, sort of for you, harmoniously dreamy, I'm going to say. That's the energy that I'm feeling for you, Virgo, in the week ahead here. Tell me about these self-limiting beliefs. We've got the Hanged Man. Yeah, you're in perspective all week long. That's what it feels like. And it feels like this is the release. This is the full moon. This is the end of the week, right? Friday, depending on where you live, on what side of the world you live. I feel like I think in the northern hemisphere, I think it's the 16th and 15th, and then the 16th in the southern. So we have the Hanged Man energy. It is perspective. I think by the end of the week, you really do get a perspective of what maybe is holding you back through recording what maybe the decisions you were making, this nostalgic energy. It feels like for some of you, I think that you should prepare to maybe be deep in nostalgia, possibly thinking about people that you haven't connected with in a while. This could be friends, family. It could be people you dated. Take it as it resonates for you. The Six of Cups can also be about other people coming back round. So maybe you might be preparing. You know, there's an egg here, right? It's like something's about to be born. I see that as sort of a pentacle in the middle there. So something new might be about to be born here through this energy activation. Maybe you're calling in friends or family that you haven't seen in a really long time or spoken with. Tell me about the Lovers, please. All right. We've got the Eight of Swords. Yeah. Feels like it does feel like you're deep in thought, but I also feel like what you're observing is you came from a place where I feel that you felt helpless, that your hands were tied, that you couldn't see your way forward, that you were stuck in the mind. And I feel like that's what you're observing, that now you're far more strong. You're stronger, you have more determination, you have more perseverance. You're into a self-discovery part of your life here, Virgo. We have the Five of Cups. And we have the Moon energy. So it feels like at the beginning of the week here that we are sort of in this moon energy. You know, when you're in the moon energy, you know, the moon is in Taurus. This is Pisces and Cancer. In the moon energy, it's very emotional, right? Moons are all about emotions. And so we have the Five of Cups, and full moons are about purges. So you might find yourself very emotional at the beginning of the week. You might find yourself purging sort of emotions that, and sometimes we'll cry, right? And maybe you're not a crier, Virgo, but you know, we can do that by recording things, right? It's a purge. It's like writing it down or getting rid of it. It feels like you are looking back on your choices. And the Eight of Swords is telling me that back there you realized that you weren't making very good choices because you were stuck in a place where you felt like your hands were tied and you couldn't do anything different. So I feel like you're observing all of that almost as if you're observing it from a distance, like it wasn't you. It's like an old version of you is what it feels like. So the Five of Cups is here with the moon energy. And I'm going to say, don't be surprised if you feel overly emotional about old relationships, about people that you had chosen, some of the decisions that you had made. Just know that you are on the right path and you're moving forward with this Strength card here. And it says seek the divine, right? Your angels want to support you. So if you do need support, and we've got an angel on this card, I feel like you should get into some meditation or prayer. Maybe you just want to take a walk by yourself and be by yourself in nature. It feels like you are in this energy of purging things that have come to an end, the realization that they're over and done, and now you can let them go emotionally. Tell me about prepare. Prepare an energy activation with the Six of Cups for Virgo, please. We do have the King of Cups, we have the Hierophant, and we have the Judgment card here. So I feel like you need to prepare to make, I feel like for some of you, that you might be making decisions about who's really important to you or who's really in your life for the right reasons. It feels like with this Hierophant energy, it's giving me the energy of you learning lessons, because we've got the energy activation here, connect the divine through meditation and prayer. And the Hierophant definitely does that. The Hierophant, the reason that they are the Hierophant is because of the good book that they have in their hand, right? This is somebody who's following doctrines. It does feel like, it feels like this whole week might be a little, you might be surprised at how emotional this week is for you. But I feel that through your connection to the divine, that you are preparing yourself for surrender. You're preparing yourself to put in the work on something. It's like before you can move forward into the next cycle, you have to release some things. So I think that this is going to be a week of release. It's realization of the lessons that I've learned, the emotional lessons that I've learned, right? The lesson that I've learned that maybe silence is an answer, right? The King of Cups is somebody who is not going to, who's not really going to express things unless they have to. The King of Cups is somebody, of course, who is emotionally available, emotionally intelligent. And I feel like that comes along with knowing when to be quiet, knowing when to be silent, because the King of Cups is somebody who is Scorpio, and that is very stoic on the surface. So it's almost like you get into this stoicism, this reverent stoicism is what it feels like for you, that you've learned some lessons, and this is the nostalgia. It feels like this week is all about you looking back into the past and where you are now as compared to where you were before. It feels like with the Judgment card here that you're reliving it. You're going back over it again and sort of reliving it. It's like I want to resuscitate or bring about all the things that are the good parts of me. And it feels like you want to wake up all the good parts of you while releasing all the parts of you that maybe that no longer serve you. Tell me about the Hanged Man. I feel like at the end of the week, it's all about the purge for you, my friend. It's all about sacrifice and surrender, because that's what the Hanged Man is about ultimately. It's ultimately about sacrifice and surrender. What can I sacrifice? And it's about perspective. And I think you're going to write things down. I feel like you're going to record it, actually. What maybe the self-limiting beliefs were. The things that I used to think that I no longer think anymore. I think that you are replacing some old thought patterns with new ones. Tell me about the Hanged Man energy. We've got Piscean energy here. Virgo, Pisces, Taurus, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Look at all of this emotional energy, right? Pisces and Cancer here. We got Gemini as well. It's all very watery for you next week. Tell me about the Hanged Man for Virgo, please. We have the Empress, we have the Seven of Pentacles, and we have the Tower. So it does feel like there is going to be some sort of a release. I feel like you're not willing to work harder on anything these days, harder than you have to. It feels like what you are recording, or maybe some of your self-limiting beliefs were, I have to wait. And I feel like there's something here that you're not going to wait for anymore. It feels like with this Empress showing up here, that what you're doing is you're releasing what you don't need so you can bring in your abundance. Now, you could be the Empress. I know that you're a Virgo, but you could have this Empress energy. Maybe you're someone who knows all of the wisdom of all of the queens, and that's really how you become the Empress, whether you're a Libra and Taurus or not. But it feels like here with the Seven of Pentacles that you've worked really, really hard, and I think you're finally going to, through this recording, as you write it down, you're finally going to see the steps that it took for you to get to this abundant, stable place that you're in right now. And all the hard work that you put in to do that, and all the waiting that it took to do that, and all the practical ways that you decided to change, I'm going to say. At the end of the week, it does feel like you're having some sort of a realization that you need to put the work into something. You need to take action on something that you've always wanted to take action on. It feels like this you can see here as I'm looking at it here, it looks like that this lightning that's hitting your tower is coming from putting in the work. I feel like there's a really big change that's coming up at the end of your week, or maybe it's just a realization. It might be because you have a different perspective. The tower might show up because of the hanged man energy. And for some of you, you might be getting a call about a job. I feel like somebody here might be getting a call about a job, and it's something that you didn't expect. It could also be money. We do have pentacles here. It could be about extra money, or something that you had put the hard work into that you stopped working on because you thought, you know what, that's enough. I can't keep putting in all the hard work into this without getting a return. I think for some of you, this tower is telling me that you are finally getting a return on something you surrendered way back there. And so I feel like it's very interesting that this whole week, I feel, is going to be full of realizations. It feels like with the Judgment and the Tower here that there is a major realization that's coming to you. And I think really what it is how far you've come. I feel like you're very stable and sturdy. The Empress is here, whether you're feminine or masculine. The abundance, right? You could be thinking about children, growing the home, growing the house. Could be that. I just want to talk about this prepare. What do you need to prepare for? Because I'm sort of curious. What do you need to prepare for here? Well, look at that. We've got the Two of Cups. We've got the Two of Swords. Very interesting. Virgo, just as a side note, just because these three cards came up, I really do feel like there, for some of you, could be someone that you have stopped speaking to, someone that you are feeling blocked about, or someone that you may have blocked on social media somewhere. It feels like this is a person that you had a romantic interest in, or they in you. The Two of Cups is here, though. I feel like a decision is being made. Someone is going to try and reach out to you. I feel like you need to be prepared, because for some of you, someone is going to come to you and try and have another round. They're going to try and have another chance. Maybe they're going to ask you for another chance. It is somebody who I feel has a lot of deep feelings for you, somebody who's very serious about you. And unfortunately, I'm going to tell you, it's someone from your past with the Six of Cups here. It is somebody that you've known forever. So maybe you didn't leave them in the past. Maybe they're in the current energy, but this is somebody that you've known for a very, very long time. Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Pentacles. You might be forced to make some sort of a decision on the fly here. Oh, look at this. We got all the twos out here. This is a week of decisions for you. You are really cleaning up something. You're letting go of some things. You're pulling some things in and cutting some things away. It feels like you're at the crossroads of your life here, and life is really busy, and you need to take some things off of your plate. I feel like this is something you've been hesitating to do for a long, long time. And now with this moon, this full moon here, because it's in an earth sign, and it is, it's going to affect those mutable signs, which is you, Virgo. I feel like you're going to be making all sorts of decisions this week to allow some people in for a second chance. Maybe they're friendships. Maybe you're going to mend things with a family member before the holidays. But it does feel like somebody's going to be here asking for a second chance. Somebody who is really serious about you. All right. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I'm grateful that you did, Virgo. Thank you so much. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back, y'all. Bye.